On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
All right, everybody out in podcast land, time for another episode of the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. Yippee, yippee. Yeah, we're going to start off with some rapid fire. So play the intro. All right, so rapid fire is where we have 3 questions each and we try to stump each other with some trivia. I don't think mine are particularly hard this time, but we'll see.
You never
We'll see.
know.
You said yours were hard, so.
I think mine will be difficult this week, but maybe the people out there will think they're easy. You just never know.
You never know. See if you can go 6 for 6, and if you do, you win double the prize money that we win. So
yeah, you
good
go
luck
out.
to you.
Yeah, you can go out to any Costco and they'll give you a free loaf of bread or something. I don't know.
They probably won't.
Or they won't, but hey, you'll feel better about yourself because you're so damn smart.
Tell them Mark sent you.
Yeah.
That'll get you nothing.
Yeah, I got lots of pull there.
All right, here we go. Question number 1 for you. Who is or are the only members of Dream Theater to be in the band the entire time?
Jesus, I don't even know this band that well. Well, we definitely know it's not Portnoy. Okay.
No, he left for a while, but the guy that replaced him, Dave Mangini.
I think it's James LaBrie and John Petrucci.
No, they had a singer before James.
Okay. I didn't.
But you got John Petrucci right, and the other one was John Mayung, the bass player.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2 guys in it, and they were schoolmates back, I guess it was at Berkeley.
Yeah, that's one of those bands that I have seen live once. I only know one song, Pull Me Under, and that's it. I just never got into Dream Theater.
Yeah, a little too prog for me. You know, Pull Me Under is a great song, but...
Yeah, I mean, if I did a deep dive, I'm sure I'm going to find a bunch of songs I like. Though I know they have one song that's like 21 minutes long. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah. I don't know how you remember all that. I mean, 21 minutes of playing?
Oh, it's like those Iron Maiden epics. I mean, okay, guys, all right, enough.
Okay, you did that part already.
Yeah, give me the 4-minute Iron Maiden songs. I'm in heaven. You start playing over 12 minutes, you've lost me.
I mean, I do like the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, but whew, that's a long one.
Yeah, that's an exception, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question 1 for you. Name the band where their classic lineup is known as the Frantic Four.
The Frantic Four?
That's their classic lineup. And if you lived in the UK, you would get this immediately.
Oh, man, the Frantic Four.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it's not the Fab Four?
I'm positive.
Okay. I know the Fab Four. The Frantic Four. Oh, jeez. I'm going to say the Who.
That'd be incorrect. I'm going to give you their names, and let's see if this rings a bell at all. Okay.
Okay.
John Coughlin, Alan Lancaster, Rick Parfitt, or Francis Rossi.
That doesn't help at all.
Okay. Oh. The name of the band, Status Quo.
Oh, jeez.
Who are humongous over there, and over here they're known for pretty much 1, maybe 1.5 songs.
Oh, maybe. I don't think they could get arrested over here.
Yeah, they play clubs here, but they're stadium act. Weird.
Jeez.
I know.
I do know when you see like who's playing like Download or Donington and stuff like that, Status Quo is headlining a day. Where here they would be opening.
Yeah.
Like they'd be middle of the afternoon at M3.
Yeah, I think the last time they played LA, I think they played the Whiskey, you know?
Jeez.
But in London they'll play Wembley.
Jeez, whatever.
I mean, they've been around since like 1962.
And they're the Furious Four.
Frantic Four.
Frantic
that was
Four.
a classic lineup in the 70s.
Okay.
When they were Rocking All Over the World was their big hit. But I think they had something like 60 UK chart hits. 60. And I know 2 Pictures of Matchstick Men from the 60s and Rockin' All Over the World. Those are the only 2 songs I know by Status Quo.
I know that second one. That's it.
Is it? You don't know Pictures of Matchstick Men?
No.
Ozzy covered it with Typo Negative.
Okay, that doesn't help at
On the
all.
Howard Stern soundtrack. Though you might, if you listen to that song, you might know it. But
All
you
right.
would go, that's Status Quo, because that was before they turned into that boogie type band, you know?
Yeah, the boogie rock kind of
Yeah,
Okay.
Pictures of Matchstick Men and you. Okay. Okay.
No thanks.
No, all right. I tried.
Okay, so we're both 0 for 1. Let's see if we can get any better here.
Okay.
Okay, what was the name of the band Andy and Roger were in together prior to Jellyfish?
Oh my God! I sent you the damn.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
I sent you both albums, and they're not that good.
I listened to a little bit of it after I came up with this question.
Yeah. God, I don't remember. I used to know this. The Frogs.
Oh, dang it. It's Beatnik Beach.
Beatnik Beach, yeah.
Yep.
I used to know that. And yeah, those albums are underwhelming because Jellyfish is so fantastic and Beatnik Beach just doesn't cut it.
Even the stuff after Jellyfish is pretty good, but Beatnik Beach is just, they didn't have it back then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the Floyds, before Marvelous 3. That stuff is okay.
Yeah.
But the Marvelous 3 stuff is great. So
yeah, like what happened? What did you take a pill or take a nap or something?
And some of the same members are in both. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 2 for you. This one's going to be a hard one, but the answer is a band you've heard of, but I know it's a band you don't listen to. Okay, here we go. This band's second album in 1971 was called In Search of Space, and their 2024 album is called Stories from Time and Space. Name the band.
Jesus.
This is a UK proggy type band you've heard of, but you don't listen to.
I'm going to say Marillion.
Incorrect. Not too bad. The hint, Lemmy was in this band at one point.
Oh, Hawkwind.
Correct. Hawkwind.
Gee, dang it.
Who I couldn't name one Hawkwind song to save my life.
No, that's another band. What?
Been around since late 60s, and they're still around today.
Didn't they have a song that Lemmy took with him to Motorhead, and Motorhead made it big?
I think so, but I couldn't tell you which one that is. Maybe that's a future question for me.
That's something that makes you go,
Yeah. But I couldn't tell you one Hawkwind song, so.
All right. Well, damn, we're both over 2. We're sucking.
Yeah. Yeah, some experts here.
Yeah.
Though we never claim to be experts. We're just a couple of guys that love rock music and love talking about it, but we're not experts or anything.
Who gave us a show anyway?
We did.
Oh, that's right.
Because it's free.
All right. Question 3 for you. What is the earliest released album to sell at least 15 million?
Is it a studio album or is it greatest hits?
No, it's a studio album.
So a studio album that sold 15 million, but it was released a long ass time ago.
Well, yeah, it was the first album.
First album to sell 15 million. I'm gonna say Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, you're off by 2 years. That was in 73.
So it's a 71 album. That
71
sold
album.
15 million. Oh,
This is a UK band.
I'm going to say it's Led Zeppelin.
That's right. Zeppelin 4.
Zeppelin 4. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
that's the one.
Yeah, they sold 15 million, and then that was the earliest album that has sold that many.
Isn't it amazing though? Like Zeppelin 1, I think it's 69. That's when bands released 2 albums in a year.
Yeah.
It's like album after album after album. It's like, okay.
Well, yeah, because they stole all their riffs from the blues guys.
Yeah, so they had plenty of them.
Yeah, plenty of, hey, let's play this. Let's make this old blues riff into a song. Hey, look how great we are.
Okay. Here's a nice geography question for you.
Oh, boy.
But it's about Saxon.
Okay.
Okay. In what country from 1981 to 2024 has every Saxon studio album charted? All right, in 81 it started with Denim and Leather, all the way to Hellfire and Damnation in 2024. From that string of albums is charted, every one of them, in what country? And it's a surprising one.
So it's not England.
Yeah, well, it's not an obvious one. Just think, where's metal pretty big still?
Yeah, I'm going to say Brazil.
Brazil. Incorrect.
Dang.
The answer, Germany.
Oh, man.
And in fact, their last 2 albums have been top 5.
Damn.
So Saxon is kicking ass in Germany.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You got to love those Germans, man. The Wacken, they still love their metal.
Oh, yeah, totally. I'd love to go to Wacken sometime.
Oh, yeah, any one of those things.
Cool festival to go to.
Yeah, but there'd be so many bands we wouldn't know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Who are these guys? They're dressed as trees. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know, but the Germans love them.
Yeah, there you go. Then they got that pirate metal, and then they got people Viking metal, all kinds of stuff. It's like, okay, this is interesting.
Throw in there some baby metal.
Baby metal. There you go.
Yeah. I'd actually like to see them.
So would
That'd
I.
That would be fun.
I'd like to see Band Made too. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's funny because you'll see baby metal performing in these big things, and I don't know if it's a goof to some of the people in there, but they're into it. They're cheering for them because it's an entertaining show.
Their band is fantastic.
Yeah, the band's fantastic, and now the girls are of age, and they got these 3 cute Japanese girls in their 20s, and
they're not 10 anymore.
No, well, I don't think they ever were. I think when they first came out, the 2 younger ones were 15, and the other one was 17 or 18. But they're all in their 20s now, so
they looked way younger than that.
But they're women now, so it's legal to like baby metal. Okay.
Okay. All right, it's legal now.
You're good enough, and it's funny that the Band Maid thing, where all the girls dress as maids.
Yeah.
And you see some of the fans dressed as maids. But then they start playing, and you go, holy crap, these girls could play. I'm like, there's so many Japanese all-female bands. Like, some of them are speed metal. There's one called Love Bites, and they're almost playing as fast as Dragon Force.
Jeez.
And then a million notes a minute. Like, oh, my goodness. And there's a lot of bands like that there.
They play all the notes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, they still love their metal there, too. So, here's to Japan.
Nice.
So you went 0 for 3.
We both did.
0 for 6. That doesn't happen very often, but...
Man, the authorities are going to come take this show away from us.
Yeah, but I'm closing in on 60, so I have an excuse. You are still in your 50s, so... But then again, you're a grandfather, so that kind of... Okay, so that's why we're missing. We're going 0 for 6. But those questions weren't that easy, so...
Yeah.
Maybe you guys out there are doing better than we are, but
maybe those weren't easy questions.
No, not at all. But sometimes it's fun. We do this because we also learn about stuff. Of course, I don't know if Danny's going to go run out listening to the Status Quo and Hawkwind, but
no, I don't think. I might look up what song that was that Lemmy took from Hawkwind and brought it over. It might have been Motorhead. The actual song itself.
Really? I can't see Hawkwind doing it. But I don't know anything about Hawkwind, so. I mean, I know more about Marillion than I would Hawkwind.
That's not saying a whole lot.
No. Oh, there was a weird festival here a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know about it, but it was in Pasadena. It wasn't too far away. I kind of would have went to it. It was like Duran Duran Ministry and Gary Newman of all people. Like,
What?
yeah, weird, huh? But I was watching some of the video. And I'm like, oh, this seems like it would be all right. It was kind of cool, actually.
I'd go see Duran Duran.
Yeah,
Never seen them.
So would I. I mean, if I would have known about this and it was reasonably priced, I kind of would have went.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dana would have gone. She loves Duran Duran.
Yeah, there's actually a free concert in San Fernando Valley on Sundays for the Dio Cancer Fund. It's like Quiet Riot, Dio Disciples, I think Lita Ford, Eddie Trunk All-Star Band. It's free.
Wow.
But if you want to sit closer, you pay. I mean, it's a whole charity type gig. So if you pay like $30, you get much closer. But
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. I've seen all those artists pretty much. So yeah,
Nice.
I might have to sleep in that day. So maybe if it was a little closer, I'd go. Yeah, but if it was in Santa Clarita, I'd probably do it. But I gotta pick
I
and
am
choose.
going to a show Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm going to see Catherine McPhee
Okay.
and her husband, David Foster.
Okay. He's a major talent. She's a major babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm going.
I get it.
Well, I'm working that show, but I'll go. I'll watch the show.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's just the two of them. She's singing, he's playing piano. So
yeah. I mean, he's in his they're married, and she's probably in her 30s, and he's in his 70s.
yeah,
She's always gone
something
for the old codgers, but he's loaded.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was looking at his resume. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's worked.
The guy was like the music industry in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, he was a heavyweight. He worked some hard. He did some hard rock before he got settled in on the pops. The Lionel Richie and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, he knew where the money was.
Talented dude. Oh, I forgot to mention I saw Mr. Big last week.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, at the Sabian Theater in Beverly Hills. It was pretty nice. It was an old theater. I'd say it probably it holds maybe 1800, and I think it's about 80% full.
Okay.
I was up in the balcony, first row on the balcony, nobody in front of me, so I had a sight line right to the stage.
Nice.
Band sounded great. Sound was great. Nick Del Virgilio, I always mess his name up. Man, does he fit in with that band.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's the closest thing you're going to get to Pat Torpey. The guy can sing, he can play.
Totally.
And the 4-part harmonies work. And when you saw him, Eric Martin was having a tough time with his vocals.
Yeah, he was on and off.
Yeah, there were some spots there where the other three were really helping out. But it was good. I mean,
yeah.
There was a lot of covers, though. I could have done without maybe one or two of them and put a Mr. Big song in there. But it seems to me that, because this was called the Big Finish Tour, but now that they're announcing that Nick is the drummer, I'm thinking, and they got a new album coming out, I think these guys are going to put those, and those guys are selling pretty well all over the world.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put it on pause because these guys were just in Europe, and then they went to South America, and then they came back to the States. And when you saw them, it was decently filled. It wasn't a club. It was a theater, so they're kind of bumping up to what they used to do in the States.
Yeah. And they were crushed in South America.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures from there, I was like, holy crap, you guys are playing the big time.
I mean, before it was always just like Japan and Asia where they were huge. But it seems like everything else has come up a little bit. So
yeah,
I mean, good for them. They're still good.
Oh yeah, Billy Sheehan and he's just so freaking good.
Yeah, and the guy's in his
and Paul Gilbert, Jesus.
Yeah, Paul Gilbert's ridiculous. I saw Paul Gilbert in Racer X. Then again, we saw Billy in Talus.
Yeah.
So and they're still good after all these years. They can still play. They can still sing. They can still perform.
I did see Paul Gilbert in G3. It was him, John Petrucci, and wasn't Steve Vai.
Yeah, and did Paul Gilbert do the Rocky theme as his solo? He played the Rocky theme.
Yeah, he did. Because he was when I saw him, he was in Philly.
Yeah, well, he did it in
played
L.A.
then,
too. So,
but he played that Spaceship One. Such a great song.
he
man.
played it when. Oh yeah,
Oh no, for when he was with G3.
I saw that Spaceship One tour when he opened for Europe in the House of Blues. It was a 3-piece, and Paul Gilbert's ridiculously good, and he can actually sing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
crazy.
I brought my son to the show. It was his first rock concert ever. He didn't know one song, but he said he enjoyed it. He said he had a good time. So
good.
Maybe I'm getting the Father of the Year. Tony got it many years before, so maybe it's my turn.
Tony got it last year with Metallica, 2 nights.
So I just wanted to expose my kid. He mostly likes hip hop and stuff like that. So I wanted to expose him to rock. This is what your dad likes. So he was open to it, and plus we went to Fatburger after the show. So
okay.
I had to bribe the kid a little bit because my wife was supposed to go, but she was not feeling well, so I had to find somebody. My daughter's flat out said no, so I brought my son. So he got to be exposed to some live rock music. So
nice.
So that was
and he got to see Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert. So
yeah, I go, that guy's one of the best in the world. Like, whoa, and he's still good, still can play. And have you seen the Bon Jovi documentary yet?
Not yet.
It's on Hulu. It's 4 parts. I've seen the first 3. It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they go, I mean, because it's one of those documentaries where it goes present day, then it goes back to the beginning, present day, because, in the present day, he's having surgeries, he's having all kinds of vocal things going on.
Right.
Lasers, everything, all kinds of stretching, just to get, because that last Bon Jovi tour, he was struggling. He was horrible.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, there are all kinds of videos of that.
Yeah. So in this documentary, they documented this is what I was going through. This is
warts and all, huh?
Yeah. So I'm at the point where Richie's about to leave. So yeah,
okay,
they pretty much pretty detailed, and it's pretty entertaining. My wife's watching it and she's enjoying it too. So
Richie left, or he was asked to leave.
According to the doc, he just didn't show up. They had a tour, and he wanted to go home to see his daughter, and he never came back. They sent a plane for him and everything, and he just didn't show up.
Holy shit.
He just dropped him.
Can you do that?
He basically ghosted him. So they call Phil X to run in there and save the day. So, yep, and he's never come back since. And he says they're all still on good terms. And of course, Richie had some issues with divorces, drinking, drugs. He had some teenage kids that he needed to be there more for him. So it was a lot of different things. But yeah, he just didn't show up for one time.
How can you still be on good terms with that guy if he didn't show up for a tour?
Well, I guess they kind of still are, but he's never come back.
Wow.
And, I like Bon Jovi, but it's been different since John Shanks, the producer, kind of joined the band, and Phil X is in the band, and they got a percussionist in the band now.
Yeah.
They're not the same without Richie. Richie gave him that edge. And since
he was the rock
gone,
guy.
Right. Since he's been gone, it has not been as good.
Yeah.
Even though, because Phil X they don't allow him to, rip it.
He's a total shredder. It's kind of like being in Kiss.
Yeah.
Vinny was a total shredder. Not in Kiss, he wasn't.
Yeah, so Phil X is there, but he's playing basic stuff and he's singing background, but he's not. They're not letting him rip, even though he can. So, even though that new Bon Jovi song is pretty damn good, legendary.
Yeah,
it's better than the last couple albums of Sucked Eggs. They've been terrible. But
well, hopefully.
I digress. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to commercial, and when we come back, we're going to do our segment called Last Chance, where we take an album that's controversial to some, and we give it another chance to see if it's aged better, or is it still suck after all these years?
We'll see. We'll let you know what album it is after the break.
Yep.
Today may be your last chance to believe in yourself.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time for a second chance where we're going to take an album that...
Oh, I got to stop you. It's called Last Chance.
Last Chance.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was Second Chance.
Yeah, Last Chance, like the song, our little intro, our little bumper. It's Last Chance by Shooting Star. You remember that band?
Yep.
Kansas City band.
I don't remember the song.
Yeah, Last Chance to Believe in Yourself. Oh, that's terrible singing, but that's the song.
I thought...
No, it's not Second Chance. It's Last Chance. Well, this is one of my...
Well, you could have used the, what is it, New England song? Oh, no, not New England. Touch song. Last chance for love.
Yep.
It's your last chance for love.
There's only two other people on the planet to know Touch. You, me, and my friend Greg, who just discovered Touch in New England in 2024.
Jeez.
Yeah, the big Toto guy. He finally got into those albums I told him about 30 years ago, and he loves them now. So, Greg, shout out to you. Finally, Touch in New England. We told you they were good.
Man, we've known them since the 80s.
I know.
Man.
Yeah, we bought that.
Welcome to the club.
Way to go, Greg. You're right on time. And I'm going to tell him we talked about him. Okay.
All right, good.
So this is Last Chance. So what album are we going to dive into here?
We are going to dive into Van Halen 3. Van Halen 3 is from 1998. It was the only recording with Gary Cherone from Extreme as the vocalist. And it is a absolute departure from Van Halen and Van Hagar, that's for sure.
And for many reasons.
Yeah, and many people have said this is basically Eddie's solo album because he took over production on a lot of the songs. He played bass on all but 3 songs. He actually sang on a song.
Yeah, it's more Gary and Eddie in background vocals. You don't hear Mike at all, really.
Yeah, this is not your Van Halen backing vocals that you're used to with Michael doing the falsetto stuff that they're known for. But I think Michael probably had zero input on any of this. He even said in one interview that this is because it's been rumored and, there have been statements that Eddie showed Michael how to play, like had to remind him how to play. But apparently even Michael admitted that it was Eddie showing him what to play on these songs for this album.
Yeah, I mean, you got this great musician there. He's your secret weapon with his voice. He's a good bass player. Let him be himself. That was part of the chemistry that made that band work.
Yeah,
Why change it when you have a brand new vocalist? It doesn't make any sense.
I think they kind of lost it.
Yeah, I think everybody
mentally kind of lost it.
I think they just wanted to make Eddie happy.
Yeah,
because the tones in this album sound nothing like anything that they've done before.
Yeah, the guitar tone you could hear a little bit in balance. And the last couple Van Hagar albums, you could hear this guitar tone, but he took it to the next level. And, there are some albums with Van Halen that the guitar just he takes a complete step up. The first album, of course, then there was Fair Warning, and then Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah.
Those albums, I don't know what he did, if he practiced more or what, but those albums, he set a new standard for guitar playing. But this album, there's just not that fire, and
no,
I don't know. And it only went to gold, where the previous Van Hagar albums were all multi-platinum, and this did get to number 4, but
yeah, I saw our thing. I think we looked at Wikipedia, both of us. I think they said it's at 800,000 right now as of 2022.
Yeah.
So it's slowly creeping up to platinum, but I don't know if it'll ever make it there. But this is definitely a polarizing album. I know a lot of Van Halen fans who've never heard this album. Some people love it.
Wow.
Some people hate it. And there's a group that's just never heard it. I'm like, what?
I actually saw this tour in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So did I.
It was great.
Yeah, these songs on this album sound better live than they do on the record.
Well,
all of them. I think most of them.
The ones they play live.
Yeah, the ones that and they let me see. They played Without You, One I Want, From Afar, sometimes Dirty Water Dog. They played Fire in the Hole and Year to the Day. I think are the ones that I've seen live, because there was an MTV concert that they showed. I think those are the ones they played, and I think they're better live than they were on the album.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the producer was a guy named Mike Post, who's not a rock producer. He's known for composing the theme song for Hill Street Blues.
Right.
Which was a great TV show, but why is this guy involved? I think maybe because Eddie wanted a guy where it was a yes man kind of.
Yeah, I think he just wanted a name in there so that he could produce what he wanted. I mean, he had his own studio, so this is a total Eddie solo album, which I think people were asking for a long time, and I think they got it with this album.
They should have just did an Edward Van Halen solo album, and then when they decided to relaunch the band, they should have used the sound that, if you would have used the sound on Fair Warning with Gary on vocals, people would have responded to it. They would have liked it a whole lot better than this experimental album is what we have.
Yeah.
So
what we're going to do is we're going to go track by track and give it a grade. Each song a grade, A through F, just like you got in school, A through Fs. And these are totally our opinions. I'm usually right.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time I'm right. Well, a lot of times.
I guess we're going to find out in a couple songs here where...
Yeah.
But, we're giving... And then we total it up, and we find out what the final grade is. And if you guys are interested, go on Spotify and check these songs out. If you've never heard it, there's going to be some songs you like, and there's going to be one song specifically is absolute dog crap.
That if you like that song, you are not a Van Halen fan.
I have never met anybody who likes that song we're going to talk about towards the end of the album. But we'll get to that.
So there are two instrumental songs that we're not going to grade, but they're basically like intros to the following song. The first song on the album is called New World, and that's an instrumental, and that's an intro to the actual first song, which is Without You.
Hey, you, wake up! Get yourself together! Yeah, you! So you think you made it better?
Which was one of the singles.
First single.
Yep. Yeah, they had 4 singles from this album. And so the first song was Without You. I really like this song. I think the chorus is great. I gave it a B+. I would have given it an A if I thought the rest of the song just needed to be a little stronger, I think. But the chorus is awesome.
Yeah, this is also the first video where it looks like they're filmed it in, I don't know, in one of those ice hotels.
Yeah, it was up in northern Norway.
Yeah. But the song itself, there's parts of this song that are great. And I think if they would have used Michael's backing vocals on the chorus, the song would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
I like the song because there's a lot of good parts, especially when the solo and Eddie starts ripping into it.
Yeah.
And the song's got its parts. It's not, and I think the production suffers here because if they would have had, Ted Templeman or somebody like that, if he would have done it, his albums would have been sounded better. But go ahead.
This song is one of the 3 that Michael Anthony plays bass on.
Yeah,
and we'll point out the other 2 when we get to them. But what was your grade?
I gave this one a B-.
B-, okay.
B-. I like the song. This is one I don't skip, but just for the fact that I thought the production could have been better, and throw Michael in there and make it sound more like a Van Halen song, it could have been an A. But okay.
Yeah. All right. So we kind of agree on that one.
Yeah.
So next we have One I Want.
Looking more like your daughter, coming.
There's another one that Michael Anthony plays bass on. Again, I really like this song. Again, the chorus is great. Again, I don't know how much Gary had to do with the choruses, but a lot of the choruses in Extreme I love also. But so this is another song I like. I gave this one a B plus also.
Okay. I gave this one a B minus. I think it's decent. The goofiness comes out because we're Extreme fans, and sometimes, especially in the early Extreme album, the first one, there's some goofy lyrics in there. And in this song, there's kind of some goofy lyrics in it, but it works. I like it.
Yeah.
This song live with Michael singing was much better than this version. This version is good. I like the song, but Boogeyman and Superman, it's kind of silly. But it's a fun song, and I like it. But I gave it a B minus.
All right.
The live version, A minus.
Okay. Next one, From Afar.
And I know about what it's like, the aforementioned, for the distance between us, as are the stars, I only have you.
Is I don't like this one as much. This kind of a slow plodding song. I gave this one a C minus.
Ooh, C minus.
Yeah.
We're gonna disagree on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, you wouldn't even know this is a Van Halen song. I mean, it's so different. But I think the guitar work in the song is pretty cool because it's just different and it's slower. But there's some moments in the song that are really strong. But I hate the lyric when it says, "The sweetness from your kiss or your breath." Whatever, I forgot. Something like that. He talks about her breath, her sweetness, sweet breath. That line bothers the hell out of me. I don't know why.
All right.
But it just does. But I actually like the song live. I like it. But I actually gave this a B plus. I like this better than the first two. But it's different for sure. But they did play it live, and it's better live than it is on the album. So
okay. All right.
I bet you we're going to agree on the next song.
Dirty Water Dog. This is one of my favorite on the album.
Can't comprehend the meaning of the metaphysical. I'd rather leave that to your so-called intellectual. For what I do know, I know it feels only natural. I'm just a red blood animal sexual.
The beginning brushing part is apparently Eddie using a broom in his driveway, and you can hear him drop the stick twice. And the second time is near the end of the intro, and he cusses after he drops it. It's really funny. But I like this song. I like the whole thing about it. I gave this one an A.
Yeah, it's weird. If you don't know what a dirty water dog is, if you go to especially New York, and you want to get a hot dog, the hot dogs are sitting in water. It's a dirty water dog. And they're always super delicious. Gotta love them. This song doesn't sound, if the guitar work does not sound like Edward Van Halen at all. And it's kind of a funky, upbeat song. I love it. Favorite song on the album. A for me. Love Dirty Water Dog. But
it's another one with a great chorus.
It could almost be an Extreme song because it's kind of funky. But
I could see that.
I could see them doing it. But
I see a lot of this album is very funky. There's not a lot of just straight 4/4.
Yeah.
If you're listening to most of it, it's all over the place. I think Alex had a workout on this album.
Yeah, but you could see this is Edward telling everybody what to do.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the bands Extreme and Van Halen, Extreme has. Well, when the original band, it was Extreme has always been Nuno is the alpha of the band. He's the leader. And Gary is more of your team player kind of guy.
Yeah.
And when he joined Van Halen, same kind of thing. This was the point where Hagar, the strong personality, was out. Eddie is your alpha, and Gary's kind of your team player. So whatever Edward wanted to do, Gary went along with. So that's what we kind of got here.
Gary probably knew, hey, I guess this is the Edward Van Halen solo album, so I'll just be happy to sing on it.
Yeah, and he's a Van Halen fan, and who wouldn't? If somebody asked you to join Van, who wouldn't do it? Everybody would say, "Sure, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want."
Yeah, exactly.
Which, and in hindsight, it's probably not what should have happened. They should have all gotten together and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's sound like Van Halen with Gary singing over it." That would have worked better. And if you wanted to experiment later, then so what? So
exactly.
But so far, the first 4 songs you give them all A's, and you gave one, but
I gave From Afar a C-,
but still, 3 of the 4 you got B's and A's, and I got pretty much B's, and we both agree that Dirty Water Dog is an A.
Absolutely.
Now things are going to change, I think.
Well, we get to Once. First time I listened through this, I'm like, oh man, this is a skipping song. But it kind of grew on me. It's long, but that's not a bad thing in this case. You know, some songs are long and you're like, okay, come on, get over with. But this one, I like this song more and more as I listen to it. So I gave this one a B.
Wow.
Yeah.
To me, Once, I think Gary's performance on it's good, but it does not sound like a Van Halen song at all.
No.
And for me, I don't like it. I gave it a D.
Wow, okay.
It's not horrible, but it's not a Van Halen song. And I don't even think it's a great slow song. It's more one of those songs that creates an atmosphere. It's not really it's kind of a ballad. But I just cannot get into it. When I want Van Halen, I want to get punched in the face. I want to move.
Yeah.
This is the second weakest song on the album, I think. But
all right,
I could be wrong.
Well, probably.
Okay.
Well, now we get back to another single off the album, song called "Fire in the Hole," which was the third song that Michael Anthony played on. This is another one of my favorites on the album. I definitely gave this an A. I like basically everything about this song.
Okay.
Great Van Halen song.
I like it as well. It was on the Lethal Weapon 4 soundtrack. There is a video for it. I like it. It's good. It's the closest thing to Van Halen on this album. But I gave it a B.
Okay.
I like it, but I like Dirty Water Dog better. But Fire in the Hall, it's a standout track. It should have been a single. It should have been the first single, I think. But
it was a single, but it probably should have been the first one to come out.
Yeah, because it's the closest classic. It's the closest song to classic Van Halen. You could see Hagar singing this song actually.
Totally.
So,
okay, now we get to the second half of the album, and the next song is Josephina or Josefina, whatever you want to call it.
Josephina,
would you lay down your defenses so I could make sense of those colors fading to gray? Not that you're hiding something I'd never imply.
I was waiting and I was expecting in my head to hate this song, and again I liked it more and more as I listened to it. The guitar part at the beginning is fantastic. It's another kind of guitar intro. It wasn't its own instrumental song, but I gave this one a C, which I was really surprised at myself at. I was thinking this was, when one of the worst Van Halen songs ever, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah. I like this song. This is the song that was thrown on at the very last minute because there's a song called That's Why I Love You that they pulled at the last minute and put Josephina in its place. And I don't know if you've ever heard That's Why I Love You. It's not a bad song. It's certainly better than some of the songs that are on this album. I would have pulled the that last song we talked about and put Josephine in there. Yeah, it's decent, but you can definitely tell that is Eddie Van Halen playing bass. That is not Michael Anthony, because this song, the bass is really up front in it. It's definitely Eddie all the way.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a B for me. I like the song.
Okay.
I like it as much as I like Fire in the Hole. Yeah.
Nice.
Surprisingly, it's grown on me too.
All right, so next song, Year to the Day.
A year to the day. Since you went away.
Again, this has a great starting guitar part, but the song for me doesn't really go anywhere, and I gave it a C minus.
Ooh, C minus.
Yeah, C minus.
To me, this is the sister song to From Afar. Year to Day and From Afar, they're slower songs. But I think the guitar work is pretty good in Year to the Day. And Year to the Day is one of those, it's a slow song that kind of builds up, and it's trying to be an epic song. Doesn't quite make it. Again, it's one of those songs that was better live than it is on the album. But surprisingly enough, I gave Year to the Day a B+.
Wow. Jeez.
I like it more than I like Fire in the Hole, which surprised the crap out of me, actually. I was kind of surprised, because when Danny mentioned which album we're going to do, he told me on a Monday, and I've been listening to this album nonstop since, and I didn't find myself wanting to skip this one. Just like you, kind of like Josephine, you liked a little better. I liked Year of the Day a little better than I thought. So, B+ for me.
Yeah, see, I gave From Afar and Year to the Day both C minuses.
Yeah.
So
surprisingly, I thought you would like. Seems like I'm liking this album a little more than you are. But we're gonna find out at the end of the final tallies here.
Next song, Ballad of the Bullet.
Give me liberty, or give me death. And now true words have ever been said. Well, are you prepared for your very last breath? Don't you dare start what you cannot finish. So when we face the adversary.
And this is another one that I was waiting not to like, but I ended up loving it. It's one of my favorites on the album. I gave this one an A also.
Wow.
Yeah, and this has an instrumental intro called Primary, which makes sense. But yeah, I gave this one an A. I love this song.
This is one of the songs I always skipped. Always. I don't know why, because it is the heaviest song on the album.
Yep.
It sounds like Edward Van Halen, kind in the Hagar era Van Halen.
Yeah.
It's faster. The subject matter is not goofy at all. It's serious. It's in your face. But it doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is. I gave it a C.
Wow.
And I think we're really different on this album, but
yeah,
I don't. And you'd think I like the heavier stuff, but it doesn't work for me. I don't know what the hell it is, but yeah. And now we come to the finale, the last song on the album. Danny, here we go.
The song called How Many Say I.
Go on and say yes, and really mean no. Would you rather guess when you just don't know? And then say I love you, but aren't willing to show. How many say I? How many say I?
This is by far the worst Van Halen song that has ever been recorded in the history of mankind. And like Mark said, he doesn't know anybody that likes this song. And we know a lot of Van Halen fans. And Mark and I are both huge Van Halen fans. But this song is the worst bunch of garbage. Eddie sings it. There's like some harmonies with Gary, and it's just basically piano and just awful. It is for me, it's unlistenable.
Yeah, I think the backstory of this is I think Gary suggested that Eddie, why don't you sing it? And maybe Eddie was drinking. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I mean, he sounds like a chain smoker trying to sing, and Eddie was a chain smoker, and that's what he sounds like. And Eddie has admitted he's not a great singer. He was never a great singer. I mean, it works when he's singing background vocals with Michael because they kind of blend. He's got a lower kind of a baritone voice, and it worked with Mike because Mike can sing high, so it works there. But Eddie by himself singing the background vocals with Gary on this album doesn't sound like Van Halen. It doesn't work. This song sucks. It is horrible.
Yeah.
The chorus is bad. Everything about it is bad. And then Danny and I, if you want to go back on some of the older episodes, we did the worst rock ballads of all time. It was between this and Brandon from Motley Crue is the two worst.
Yep.
And I don't know which one's worse. They're both awful. And we both like Motley Crue and Van Halen. How many say I might be worse? They're bad.
How many say I was my contribution to that episode, and yours was Brandon. And I have to say I think I won because it is so just the difference in when you get a great Van Halen song and this song is just.
I think I made it through this song once in the 3 days I've been listening to it because I knew it was horrible. So I was like, I'm going to give it another chance. Is it as bad as I think it is? And yes, it is horrible. If you don't believe me, everybody listening to this show, go on. If you've never heard it, go on Spotify. You know what? Let's be funny. Let's get the Spotify numbers up on this song. Edward Van Halen sings on it. He's the lead vocalist. Try and make it through the entire song. I bet you can't. It's that bad.
It is.
So my grade is an F, 0.0, like Blutowski's grade point average. This is an F.
Fat, dumb, and stupid is no way to go through life. Son.
Yeah. What did you give it, Danny?
I gave it an F minus. If I could have taken points from other songs, I would have.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah,
it's horrible.
So this, adding all the scores up, this to me gives the album a 2.7, which is a B minus.
Wow, you got a 2.7. Mine came out to a 2.37. Mine gave it a C plus, and yours is a B minus. C plus?
Yep.
So we're pretty close.
Pretty close.
You just like it a little more than I did.
The songs I really like, and the songs I don't, I really don't.
Yeah.
Like I'll skip From Afar and Year of the Day, and I will remove How Many Say I from anything I have.
And I think if you go with the three Michael songs that he played on, Without You, One I Want, Fire in the Hole, and throw Dirty Water Dog in, if you take those four songs,
the four singles,
you get a nice EP. You get a decent EP. It still kind of sounds like Van Halen. If you disagree, you guys can write to us on Facebook and tell us we're wrong. But if you've never heard it, give it a shot. Try it. Gary Strone, you can't blame him from this. This is all Edward. This is his worst album of his career.
Yeah, this is his baby.
But there are some gems on here, so give it a shot, I say. You might like. Some people like this album. I don't
know who.
I like some stuff on this album. That's all I can say.
Hey, I gave it a B minus. That's not a bad grade.
No, not at all. You liked it a whole lot more than I. Well, a little bit more than I did.
A little bit more than I did.
But it's interesting. It's still polarizing. But if you've never listened to it, give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, Edward's not around anymore, and if you haven't heard everything he's ever put out, listen to it.
This would be part of his catalog for sure.
Yeah. Is it better than anything Extreme? No, I think every Extreme album is better than this one. So
yeah, even that Waiting for the Punchline and Sauvage de Rock.
Yeah, those albums are better than Van Halen 3 for sure.
Yeah,
But Extreme 6 is awesome. So
That might be better than most Van Halen albums.
yeah, if you haven't
That
heard
whole
that,
album.
yeah, listen to that one. That one's great. Oh, before we go on our another break, have you heard the new Sebastian Bach album?
I have.
Pretty damn good, huh?
Yeah, it is. I was waiting for the screaming to start, and it's a lot. There is screaming on it, but it's
the closest thing to Skid Row for sure.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
his solo albums have had a couple of good songs on them, and the rest is like, eh. Oh, and there's a Van Halen connection. Did you hear about it?
No.
On one of the songs, because Eddie Trunk interviewed Sebastian last week. I think John 5 plays I don't know what a phase shifter is, but he plays the phase shifter that Edward Van Halen used on Fair Warning. John 5 plays on it on one of the songs on the new Sebastian Bach album.
Wow.
So if you go on that Sirius XM app on your phone, listen to that interview, and they'll tell you which song
Okay.
you'll hear, and you can totally hear it. And you go, oh, okay, that's why it sounds like something from Fair Warning, because John 5 is playing on it.
Yeah, phase shifter is just one of the effects pedals.
Okay, so that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's an effects pedal you turn on and off, and as you can tell, you can hear what it sounds like on that song.
Yeah.
That's what a phase shifter is. So
on that particular album, this guy named Elvis Biscuit wanted to have a 70s sound to it. Kind of does, but it sounds like Skid Row. And I guess the guy who mastered it is some guy who's been mastering albums since he did like stuff from Jimi Hendrix and all these.
Jeez.
He's in his 80s, and this is the last album he ever mastered. And the Sebastian Bach album. This Sebastian Bach album is pretty damn good. So go check it out. It's really good. It's called Child Within the Man or something like that.
Yeah.
I've listened to it twice through. I'm like, man, this is good.
Hey, wait a minute.
Maybe Sebastian should rejoin Skid Row, because the last Skid Row album was good, and now Sebastian's releasing something that's just as good, if not better.
Well, we know Skid Row's looking for a singer.
So maybe if they can, never say never, right? Because
Sebastian said that they get along fine. It's all the legal stuff that's keeping it from happening.
I always thought it was Rachel who couldn't stand Sebastian, and that's why. I don't know. It would be a good move. I can see, because I could see a cool tour. The Def Leppard Motley Crue Stadium tour. How about Def Leppard in a Skid Row and Poison Stadium tour? I think that would work. Or throw somebody else on there.
Yeah, like Poison would ruin it for me.
Really? Because I heard Poison was the best band of that bill.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
Poison is good. Bret Michaels by himself, no.
Yeah.
But something works with the four guys in Poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bret by himself, as we know, pass.
Not so much.
No.